AFC Ann Arbor fans, we are live here at Hallway Field, where it is the USLW matchup between your AFC Ann Arbor Mighty Oak and the Kalamazoo FC. As this is the final home game of the women's squad. So we hope we have a big crowd here. It's amazing how quickly things went by. We are very, very grateful for all the amazing players who have spent time with the USLW squad this season. The starting lineup is predominantly local talent, so a lot of local folks. And Bridget Kottmeyer is going to, speaking of local talent and very skilled players, she is going to be the captain for today's match. So let's take a look at the standings as they are. Macomb is up at the top. They have played 9 games. They have 6 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 19 points, and 2.11 points per match. They have 1 more match to play. Right behind them, they should have number 1 solidified at that point. So Macomb is through to the playoffs. It's the top team making the playoffs. Detroit City is in the number 2 spot. 9 games played. They have 4 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 14 points with a 1.56 points per match. So they cannot catch Macomb. Midwest United has played 10 games, all 10 games, 4 wins, 3 losses, 3 draws, 15 points, and 1.5 points per match. And then Ann Arbor, right behind them at the number 4 spot. They have 9 games played, 3 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw, 10 points as a 1.11 points per match. And then finally, Kalamazoo is in the 5th spot. They have played 9 games, 2 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw, 7 points on the season, and a 0.78 points per match. So Ann Arbor is going to try and get to 4, 5, and 1 to make it so that, they have as many games undefeated as they do losses, so that will get you right to a nice spot there. Obviously, we don't have a list of the upcoming games because there are no more games. For the only way is if we had somehow won the top of the table and moved on to the playoffs. So the next game that's going to happen is going to be here on Friday, the day before Independence Day. So the men still have 2 matches yet to play. So we'd love to see you here. Please come on down if you can, if you're in the area. Support these amazing ladies. But you do have 2 more times to watch the men's team play. The next one is July 3rd at 7 p.m. versus Oakland County. So they are the second place team. 2 games ago, Ann Arbor men beat the top team, Flint City Bucks. Then they beat Lansing 5-2 last night. So they have Oakland County coming up on the 3rd. So we appreciate that. Taking a look at the schedule that had happened for Ann Arbor. They started off with a match at versus Detroit City, here at Hallway Field. There was a 2-1 loss to Detroit City. Then they had a draw at Midwest United back on May 20th. That was a 1-1 draw. They fell to Union FC Macomb here on the 25th of May. That was a 1-0 win. Then they beat this Kalamazoo team over at Mayor's Riverfront back on May 30th. That was a 2-1 win. They're going to hope to do similarly here at home. On the 3rd of June, it was Ann Arbor beating Detroit City FC at Detroit City FC 2-1. On the 6th, it was Midwest United beating AFC Ann Arbor 3-1. And then they went to Union FC Macomb. Union FC Macomb won that game 3-0. Then Detroit City came in here. That was on the 16th, the day before the PWHL draft, which had Detroit City players actually there presenting one of Detroit's draft picks. Wish we could have gotten some Ann Arbor players there. I did try and invite the PWHL players, but never got an answer back for today's match. So, but did want to celebrate them. But that was a 6-2 win by Detroit City. And then their last game was at Midwest United. That was a 1-0 win by AFC Ann Arbor. Taking a look at their statistics right now. Goals, Madison Mock has 3 goals on the season. Grace Ambrose, who's a reserve today. I think Mock is a reserve today as well. She is. Ambrose has 2 goals on the season. Garnis has a goal. Felton has a goal. Simpson has a goal. Wilhelm has a goal. And Aldiano has a goal. Taking a look at the assists for the season. It is Kopmeyer who has 3 assists, our captain for today's match. Wilhelm has 2 assists, Garnis with an assist, Scaling with an assist, Felton with an assist, Mock with an assist, and Ambrose with an assist. Taking a look at the Kalamazoo squad, they started off with a 1-0 win over the top of the table Union FC Macomb to start off the season on May 20th. Then they fell at Detroit City FC 1-0 on the 23rd of May. On the 26th of May, they beat Midwest United at home. That was a 3-2 win. Then AFC Ann Arbor beat them at home 2-1. We talked about that. Union FC Macomb beat them at Union FC Macomb 1-0, that on the 7th of June. On the 10th of June, they hosted Detroit City FC and fell in that one 2-0. They then hosted Midwest United on the 14th. Midwest United won that one 2-1. They did have a draw. That would be at Midwest United on the 16th. That was a 1-1 draw, so they played twice in 2 days there. And then on the 23rd, they visited Union FC Macomb and fell in that one 2-1. Taking a look at the statistics, goal scorers, 3 goals for Music. She is going to be wearing number 2 and starting for Kalamazoo today. Dennison has a goal. Fromm has a goal. Berg has a goal. Witteveen has a goal. And Chapa has a goal. Taking a look at the assists for Kalamazoo. Witteveen has a assist. Madison, Canada has an assist. Landis, Canada has an assist. And Stinson has an assist. Kind of funny that we're playing 2 players with the last name Canada, and, Canada's going to be playing coming up at 3 o'clock, same time Canada in the knockout round in the World Cup. So kind of funny things going on all at once there. So we are getting ready to go here, counting down. About 7 minutes and 30 seconds. You still have time to come on down to the stadium. We would love to see you here for this final USLW matchup of the season. We want to thank the amazing sponsors of AFC Ann Arbor. That includes the title sponsor, Bank of Ann Arbor, who's been with the team since the beginning, helping them accomplish all the amazing things they have accomplished here. A20, Destination Ann Arbor. Grizzly Peak, as well as same group owns Pretzel Bell and Jolly Pumpkin. Wickfield Properties, again, they house the visiting players of AFC Ann Arbor. Fly Through IO, they had a really fun reel that went out. I was even in it for a hot second. I don't know if that's a selling point or not, but in the middle of the reel, they came up and had a little camera battle with our camera person, James Wiseman, then flew over, and we were in it for a hot second there. High Velocity Training is the official training sponsor of AFC Ann Arbor. Golden Limousine is the official travel sponsor of AFC Ann Arbor. They've taken them all over this great, amazing state. The Ride, Manu Incorporated, Blue Llama, Sick Transit Cycles. I know the players were over there getting cycles a little towards the beginning of the season there. Plaid Again Sports, Big Blue Swim School, Hello Faz Pizza, Chicken Seafood, Muth Law, and BTB Burritos. Community partners are the Ann Arbor District Library, Zingerman's, Slow's Barbecue, Sotini's Sub Shop, Ann Arbor Sports Commission, York Food and Drink, Washtenaw Dairy, Connor O'Neill's. They sponsor the Connor O'Neill's Corner Kick, or the Connor's Corner Kick, for all the AFC Ann Arbor corners. Bicycle Alliance of Washtenaw, Walk Bike Washtenaw. The Huron Waterloo Pathways Initiative, or B2B Trail. My Future Fund, A2 Roller Derby, Ipsy Starling Rugby Club, and She Plays Soccer Camp. Youth groups are Ann Arbor Rec and Ed, Saline FC, Liverpool Academy, Foundation FC, Jaguars Ann Arbor, and Fortis Academy. So again, we'll try and keep you updated on the World Cup, Canada versus South Africa. So nice lone World Cup knockout game today, and final game for our USLW squad. Again, 3-5-1 AFC Ann Arbor versus 2-6-1 Kalamazoo FC. Let's talk about the starting 11 here. So again, AFC Ann Arbor had a lot of local talent here in this in the starting lineup. So Jordan Lavasser, she is from Pinckney, Michigan, freshman at Eastern Kentucky University. Cora Conley is going to be wearing number 4 and starting. Cora Conley is from Milan, Michigan, playing at Grand Valley State University. Number 6, Lucy Serlin. She's from Ann Arbor. She played at Skyline and plays for Victors FC, the Michigan club team. Filbrin, wearing number 7. Emily Filbrin is from Saline, Michigan, going to be playing at Minnesota. She played for the Michigan Hawks. Number 12 is Lucia Paige Sander. Paige Sander is from Ann Arbor. She went to community high school and is a freshman at Pomona Pitzer. Allison Molina, number 13 on the team. Allison Molina is from Milan, and she is a senior at Michigan Tech. Number 14 is Sarah Scaling. She's from Dexter, Michigan. She's a junior at University of Purdue Northwest. Number 18 is Mackenzie Simpson. Mackenzie Simpson is from Belleville, Michigan. She's a sophomore at Bellarmine University. And then Fisher, Eliza Fisher, she is, make sure I got that one. She is from Plymouth, Michigan, and she's a senior at American University. Number 20, Bridget Koppmeyer. She is from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, played on the U18 national team, played for the Michigan Jaguars, youngest goal scorer in AFC Ann Arbor history, just beating Chloe Ricketts, who last with the Spirit. Not sure where she is now, but I'm sure Chloe's doing awesome as well. Really, really a pleasure to watch these amazing folks play. Koppmeyer is fantastic. And Ivy Wilhelm, number 23 in the starting lineup. She is from Ann Arbor, played at Pioneer, and she is going to Grand Valley State University. So local starters there. Taking a look at Kalamazoo FC, Musig is starting wearing number 2. Newcomb is wearing number 4 and starting. Landis Canada is wearing number 5 and starting. Madison Canada is wearing number 6 and starting. Parmai is wearing number 10 and starting. Chapa is wearing number 11 starting. O'Reilly, 23 is number Frank. Or 23 is Frank who's starting. Combs is number 24 who's starting. Ashley Bates is number 25 who's starting. Hawk Cooper is the keeper, and she is wearing number 30. And then number 35 is Musser. Again, the captain for Ann Arbor is going to be Bridget Koppmeyer, so she gets the band. And we are going to get ready to go as we have everyone lined up there. We'll let you hear a bit of the match, and we'll bring up our field mic. So again, we have some folks coming along. Game time temperature 80 degrees here, so warm evening. We do have fluffy clouds in the sky. I do not believe last time I looked at the radar we have a precipitation that's supposed to happen. Who knows? Murphy's Law can make things difficult, but it does look to be a bit of a warm but lovely day here at Hallway Field. So again, you have an opportunity to come on down, get the fantastic food from the food trucks. If you want to wear what the team wears, you can come on down and pick up one of these fantastic Diazza jerseys here. And you can catch those either at the matches, at this match or the 2 other men's matches coming up, or at afcannarbor.com. So you can always go out to afcannarbor.com and get that. Ann Arbor is in their home navy kits with the blue, baby blue stripe on the left-hand side, numbers in lighter blue on the back, navy shorts and navy socks there. And taking a look looks like Kalamazoo, despite having purple predominantly in their. It looks like they're wearing baby blue with dark blue shorts and light blue socks, is what it looks like. So I was expecting maybe a little purple there, but they'll be wearing their road kits will be the light blue. So here they come on the walkout. We'll turn things over to our fantastic public address announcer, Doug. Is everybody walking on out? Main Street hooligans have themselves set a nicer day today, so they have their scarves set up there. They got their flags, holding up their scarves. Couple folks from Kalamazoo, but big Ann Arbor crowd here. We got a lot of young folk. Some young folk out there with the Ann Arbor ladies as well, wearing their orange kits. Looking a bit like the Netherlands there.
Hello, Jaguars.
It's Nutmeg out there. Oh, so that's the Michigan Jaguars out there.
Very, very sharp. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for today's USLW match. The season finales for the AFC Ann Arbor and Kalamazoo FC women's team. First, the visitors from Kalamazoo. Number 2, Claudia Messig. Number 4, Kayla Newcomb. Number 5, Landis, Canada. Number 6, Madison, Canada. What do you bet they're related? Number 10, Cassidy Parmalee. Number 11, Madeline Chapa. Number 23, Leela May Frank. Number 24, Callaway Combs. Number 25, Ashley Bates. Number 35, Brenda Mooser. In goal, number 30, Joanna Housekeeper. And the head coach is Todd Wells. And now, let them hear it. For the final time this year, this season, please welcome the Mighty Oaks from your AFC Ann Arbor. Please note the geographical classification of most of our starters today. From Milan, Michigan, number 4, Cora Conley. From Ann Arbor, Michigan, number 6, Lucy Serlin. From Saline, Michigan, number 7, Emily Bilbrun. From Ann Arbor, Michigan, number 12, Lucia Page Sanders. From Milan, Michigan, number 13, celebrator of a recent birthday, Allie Melina. From Dexter, Michigan, number 14, Sarah Scaling. From Belleville, Michigan, number 18, Kenzie Simpson. From Plymouth, Michigan, number 19, Eliza Fisher. From Bloomfield Hills, the captain today, number 20, Bridget Topmeyer. And from Ann Arbor, Michigan, number 23, Ivy Wilhelm.
As we have the officials there, Mary Blanchard, Caitlin Gerbach, Carrie Martinez, and Emma Wainscott would be the officials for today's match. We appreciate them. We cannot have the games we love without the officials, so if you ever think you can do better, reach out, and we will reach out to your local teams, your local leagues, so we could use all the officials we can get. There were a number of different high school games this past season canceled due to a lack of officials.
And in goal, number 1, Jordan Levasseur.
So Jordan Levasseur in goal. So everyone getting ready. We'll have, they'll get a quick picture of the starting 11 a lot of the times there, and then officials talking to our captains. We will get going shortly here. We appreciate you joining us when you can't be here watching, wherever you are at. Thank you for supporting both the men's and the women's squads. Final women's game of the season for USLW. It has gone quickly. So everyone getting last moment instructions from the sideline. Again, Ann Arbor will be in the dark navy kits, and in the light blue kits is Kalamazoo. Again, crowd continuing to come on in today. We appreciate that. This is one of the few Sunday games we've had this season. Next men's game will be next Friday. It'll be a 7 p.m. game. And the Saturday after that will be the final game of the season here at Hallway Field. So if you can, come on down, get here today, get here next Friday, or this Saturday, a week and a day after that, the 11th. I'd love to see you here. Ann Arbor going from left to right in this, the opening half. I want to thank our wonderful ball kids who are around the pitch helping track down those loose and errant balls that get launched halfway to Celine. So the All-Michigan starting 11 for AFC Ann Arbor. Levasseur heads down to our left. To the right is Huck Cooper. As things underway, that's sent down. Landis Canada fires it all the way down onto the far wing. Over there to try and get that. That tipped out the far line. So I'm going to try and check things out. My roster seems to be not some of the same names here. Okay, there we go. So that coming on down. Kottmeyer looks at it. Kottmeyer heads up, fires it in between, grabbed on the 18, and oh, it just sails by as Wilhelm. An opportunity, and that just able to slip past there. So Frank's number is 34. Get that changed. They changed just a couple things on me really quickly here. So I'm going to see if I can figure that out. Okay, I think I got that right. Sorry about that. There's that ball. Set on a foul right at the blockades. and raised as that's moved over by Madison, Canada. Tip back towards the 18, grabbed. Trying to get it over to Molina, out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in. Throw-in on the near touchline by Combs. Combs gets it in, that headed back, trying to knock it away is Conley. That goes out the near touchline. Throw-in by Ann Arbor. So Molina gets it in, trying to avoid pressure back there. As that coming across, fired all the way across by Frank, and that'll go out. The end line, goal kick for Ann Arbor as Lavasser gets it set on the 6. All the way across, up the far touchline. Here comes Ann Arbor. Ball sent back, now lifted high. Played down off the body by Chapa. And trying to feed it ahead. That ball knocked away. Scaling gets it right back over to Lavasser. Lavasser in the 18. Calls out signals. Feeds it all the way over onto that far wing. Trying to move it ahead is Simpson. Ball knocked away. Fired and just over the crossbar. That was about a 30-yard blast. And just a little too high, snuck between the field goal post and the crossbar there. That will be a goal kick for Ann Arbor here in the 4th minute. 0-0 is our score. Lavasser gets it set on the 6 again. Moves it over to Scaling. Scaling lifts it, launches it all the way down the pitch. That popped down by Newcomb. Right into the attacking third is Talcott with it. Talcott moved back. Now lifted up high. Simpson moved it back over. Now that Filbrin gets it back onto the far touchline. Back over to Filbrin. Sent back to Simpson. Right on that far touchline. Back over. And Simpson launches it. Tipped and out the far touchline. Going to be a throw-in. Throwing on the far touchline. That ball over to Filbrin. Filbrin back over to Simpson. Simpson launches it to Scaling. Scaling up the center of the pitch. Scaling. Now on to the near touchline to Molina. Molina coming up the near touchline. That deflected off of a Kalamazoo player, tipped and out the near touchline. Throw in by Paige Sander. That played down, tip battle for Paige Sander trying to bring it ahead, gets over to Kottmeyer. Kottmeyer, that deflects back. Then sent across by Ashley Bates as Huck Cooper sends it out the near touchline. Throw in by Molina on the near touchline inside the attacking third here in the 6th minute. At Hallway Field, Kottmeyer plays off the body. Back over to Molina. Molina one touches it. Is that back to Conley. Conley all the way over to Simpson. Simpson trying to feed it across. Grabbed, or excuse me, that was Simpson. That would be Fisher back there getting those two flipped around. Now there's Simpson with it just outside the 18. Simpson goes down, plucked up, headed the other direction. Number 31. That ball right on to the near touchline. Thrown in by Combs. Played down by Paige Sander. Molina trying to get to it. Grabbed by Witteveen. Whistle. That is going to be a foul free kick for Kalamazoo. They have a 31 on there, and I don't have any 31 on my roster, so we will deal with that. So yellow card to Molina. So she'll pick up the yellow. Madison, Canada, arcing it all the way across, headed up by the way back into the far corner. Tracked down over there by Serlin. Lifting the ball in, tipping it ahead is Musig. Grabbed by Serling. Head to Philbrin. Philbrin onto the far touchline. Back to Philbrin. Back over on that far touchline. I believe that's Fisher. Moved back by Conley. Now Philbrin. All the way over, that launched. Down towards midfield. Paige Sander with it. Paige Sander sends it back to Scaling. Trying to move it ahead. Over to Philbrin. Philbrin trying it into the middle third. Philbrin launches it. Trying to get to Simpson. Simpson has it. Simpson trying to get into the 18. Pressure coming. Simpson in. And it just sailed on her a little bit. Trying to get the shot away before pressure came. And it just went over the crossbar. Good opportunity. Good service and good opportunity for Simpson trying to take advantage here in the 8th minute. Cooper. As it's set on the 6. 0-0 our score here in the 8th minute from Hallway Field. Lifted down the pitch. Trying to head it up is Fisher. Play back. Fisher now has it popped up high. Conley trying to track it down and a whistle. And that's going to be a foul. Free kick for Ann Arbor. We head into the 9th minute. Scaling has it. Moved all the way on to the far touchline. Back over to Philbrin. Philbrin launches it, trying to get to it. Wilhelm into the 18, tips it. Wilhelm still trying to get to it. Wilhelm back over, shot by Paige Sander and in! Goal! AFC Ann Arbor in the 9th minute. Paige Sander from Wilhelm. See the replay as it comes in. Wilhelm tips it over, sends it back to Paige Sander, who puts it in just off of the hand of Cooper. 1-0 Ann Arbor with the lead. That ball lifted up high by Landis Canada all the way back. Levasseur has it. She'll send it down to Molina. Chapa coming the other direction. Tipped by Molina. Now Conley trying to move it over. Paige Sander has it off the body. She has the lone goal. Now Kottmeyer trying to chip it over. Kottmeyer in a big battle on the near touchline. She comes away with it. Kottmeyer towards the center of the pitch, but a whistle. That is going to be a foul and a kick. As Landis Canada will move forward. That will be Madison Canada to take this free kick. 1-0 Ann Arbor with the lead. Both hands raised. That arc towards the 18. Played down and grabbed by Levasseur. Plucked that right out of the 18. Levasseur rolls it over to Scaling. Stops. Fires it into the 18. Levasseur reaching down. That headed up by Landis Canada. Now Scaling trying to lift it high into the middle third. Played down, chipped, trying to pull that away. Witteveen. Grabbed. Still battling back there. Ball sent, knocked down. Fisher gets it all the way over to Paige Sander. Paige Sander trying to keep it in. That went off of the Kalamazoo player. Throw in by Molina. Molina gets it over to Scaling. Lifts it down the near touchline. Trying to get to it. Landis Canada and Kottmeyer battling. It went off of Kottmeyer out the near touchline. It will be a throw in by Ashley Bates. She'll get that, and she'll have Combs with the throw-in on the near touchline here in the 12th minute. 1-0 Ann Arbor with the lead. That ball popped over by O'Reilly. Sent all the way back onto the far touchline. Simpson trying to take that away from Newcomb. Simpson down the far touchline. Simpson has Wilhelm to her right. Simpson trying to come across as she comes down on the pitch. That's sent right back into the middle third. Chipped ahead. Conley heads it down. Fisher moves it ahead. Picked up by Kottmeyer just outside of the attacking third. Kottmeyer turning on it on the far touchline. Sends it back up towards midfield. That ball over to Filbrin. Filbrin back onto the far touchline. Back over to Filbrin. Filbrin sends it down, trying to get to it. Paige Sander trying to get to it before it goes out the end line. Stops it there, but that plucked away. So here comes Kalamazoo. Turning on it, trying to throw it ahead is Witteveen. Witteveen all the way down, and that will go out the far touchline. Serlin will have it over there. So Serlin to throw in on the far touchline. Serlin lifts it in. Played down by Wilhelm, but that goes out the far touchline. Throw in. That ball played down. Madison, Canada launches it ahead. Scaling trying to get back to it. Fisher had it. Tracking back, there's Musig. Now Scaling ahead. Here comes Serlin. Serlin up the far side of the pitch. Serling trying to get it into the middle third. Played down there by Landis Canada. Landis Canada trying to move it ahead to Witteveen. Shot and a save by Lavasser. And keeps it here in the 14th minute. Keeps it 1-0. Ann Arbor with the lead. Again, that played down by Landis Canada. Taken away by Ann Arbor. Back over to Fisher. Fisher. On the far wing, Fisher gets it over to Serlin. Serlin back to Fisher on that far touchline. Fisher coming ahead with it. Fisher trying to sneak it through traffic to Simpson. Simpson in the middle third. Simpson back over, coming ahead with it. That's sent ahead by Filbrin. Serlin over to Conley as that's knocked away by Newcomb. Back to Conley on the far touchline. She gets it back to Fisher. Pressure back there coming from Frank. Now that launch down to Kottmeyer. Kottmeyer stops it with her body. Kottmeyer moves it ahead. Here comes Paige Sander. Paige Sander trying to move it over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm just outside the 18. Back to Paige Sander. Paige Sander over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm cuts towards her right, fires it, but that block comes down. Kottmeyer trying to get to it. That on the end line. Launch down. Popped up high by Molina. Played off the body by Kalamazoo. Lifted up the center of the pitch. And Molina trying to track it down. Chapa gets it all the way back. Now Scaling trying to pull it away. And it's Frank back there providing heavy pressure. Scaling right up into the middle third. Now onto the near touchline is Molina. Got it from Conley. All the way back over. Now fired across by Filbrin. Back over to Fisher. Fisher down the far touchline for Serlin. Serlin. Back to Fisher, back in her own defensive third. All the way across to Scaling. Scaling up into the middle third. Scaling trying to feed it through traffic. One touch over to Molina. Molina onto the near touchline. Molina trying to feed it across. Here comes Wilhelm as she's cut off by Ashley Bates, who gets that right back over to Huck Cooper. Huck Cooper brings it out to the edge of the 18. Here in the 16th minute, Huck Cooper had headed back there by Filbrin. Controlled. Here comes Kalamazoo trying to feed it ahead to get to Witteveen. Played away by Molina. Now Lavasser trying to knock that down. Chapa trying to feed it, cutting to her left. Chapa gets it right across the top of the 18. Racing back over to get to it. Trying to get it away. Knocked down and out the end line. That is going to be a corner. As Musig over to take the corner. 1-0 here in the 17th minute. Set piece here for Kalamazoo, looking for an equalizer. Ann Arbor would love to get this ball clear. Raised over, headed up, and grabbed by Lavasser. Good opportunity by Combs to fire it towards the net, but Levasseur able to grab that, rolls it over to Scaling. Scaling. Up into the middle third. And tipped all the way back the near touchline by Wilhelm. Wilhelm trying to get to it, that out the near touchline. Throw in by Ashley Bates. Excuse me, she'll have Combs with the throw in. Sent back to Combs, knocked away. Now Bates has it. Ashley Bates moves it all the way across. Blasted up the far wing by Landis Canada. As Fisher back to get to it. Fisher into the 18. And lifted back onto the far touchline. Sertland with it there. Now Simpson in the middle third. Simpson trying to get past a trio of defenders. That ball all the way back to Scaling. Scaling over to Molina on the near touchline. Molina back over to Scaling. In her own defensive third. Scaling. Gets it over to Philbrin. Philbrin now ahead to Conley. Conley right over midfield. Conley bringing it ahead. Conley arching it, trying to get to Simpson. That just out of Simpson's reach. He traces it back over onto the far touchline. Simpson. She ends up out. That's going to be an Ann Arbor throw-in on a tough challenge over there. I think that was Madison, Canada on the challenge. No, that was Newcomb. Forgive me. Scaling comes over to take this, as this is a free kick in a very advantageous location for Ann Arbor. Well inside the attacking third. And raised. And arced into the 18, headed back, and that'll be sent down onto the far touchline, trying to get it ahead. That ball played down and out the far touchline. That'll be a throw-in by Newcomb. Gets it over to Madison, Canada. Madison, Canada. That headed back. Played down and all the way across. Music with it. Music trying to feed it ahead. Over for Combs out the near touchline, and that will be a throw-in. Molina has it on the near touchline here in the 20th minute. Molina gets it into Scaling. Scaling up the center of the pitch. Scaling into the middle third. Scaling gets it over to Kottmeyer. Kottmeyer coming down with it. Kottmeyer firing it over, trying to get it to Wilhelm. That ball moved over, grabbing it Combs on the near touchline for Kalamazoo. Combs racing ahead with it, up the near wing. Combs over midfield. Combs setting that up. Here comes Witteveen. Witteveen down outside the 18. Witteveen into the 18. Is that out the end line? Scaling with the challenge. That is going to be a goal kick for Ann Arbor as Levasseur goes to get to it. We want to thank the wonderful, amazing sponsors of AFC Ann Arbor. That includes Bank of Ann Arbor, the title sponsor, A20, Destination Ann Arbor, Grizzly Peak, and Wickfield Properties. The ball all the way ahead. Serlin has it on the far touchline. Play back to Kottmeyer. Kottmeyer into the defensive third. Moves it all the way back over to Scaling. Scaling has it right in front of her own 18. Scaling. Now on to the near touchline for Molina. Back to Scaling. Scaling. Into the middle third. She lifts that high. Played down by Kalamazoo. Madison, Canada with it. She launches that ahead. Popped up high. Moved by Fisher. Moved by Scaling down. Conley with it. Conley trying to lift it down the near touchline. Grab, stolen away. Here comes Combs with it. Taken away by Paige Sander. Out the near touchline. That's going to be a throw-in for Ann Arbor. Molina over to take the throw-in here in the 22nd minute. Molina on the near touchline. Gets that back over to Conley. Conley all the way across the pitch. That will be played down by Philbrin. Philbrin coming down the far wing. Philbrin gets it over to Conley. Conley over into the attacking third. Over to Molina. Molina on the near touchline. Molina heads towards the center of the pitch. Back over towards midfield. Scaling with it. Scaling trying to launch it into the 18. Here comes Simpson. Simpson knocks it away. Simpson trying to chip it, and that fired out the end line. That will be a corner, but great work by Simpson to earn that set piece. Molina in to take the set piece. So Molina gets herself set into the near corner. Molina sets up in the near corner. Raises her right hand. Molina chips it over. Played down. Back over to get to it is Molina. Molina chips it up high. That play down right back over to Combs. Combs brings it ahead down the near touchline. As Molina gets run over, that is going to be a foul. Free kick for Ann Arbor here in the 23rd minute. It's the ball rolled over by one of our fantastic ball kids here. That Scaling set for this kick as she'll get a little room to work. Scaling, right foot. All the way across, but knocked right back into the middle third by Kalamazoo. Good clearance there. Played down by Fisher. Fisher moving it to Simpson. She tips it over. Serlin trying to get to it, but that knocked away. Back Filbrin trying to chase it down. That goes out. The far touchline throw-in by Ann Arbor. So Serlin on the throw-in. She'll loft that. Wilhelm back over to Simpson. Simpson sends it down midfield. And back over to Filbrin. Filbrin across to Scaling. Scaling brings it up the near flank. Scaling onto the near touchline for Molina. Pressure coming from behind. That's sent all the way across. Now blasted down the near touchline. Paige Sander, the goal scorer, trying to poke that away. Lifted down the near touchline and out by Kalamazoo. Ashley Bates trying to get that one out of their own attacking or their own defensive third. Molina now on the near touchline. Played down by Conley. Conley launches it. Here comes Wilhelm right on the edge of the attacking third. Wilhelm all the way over to Serlin. Serlin back over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm trying to move it over to Simpson. Wilhelm just outside the 18. Wilhelm fires it, and that will get plucked up by Hawk Cooper. Hawk Cooper throws it down the near touchline. Grabbed by Kalamazoo. Held in. Cutting towards midfield. That ball played over by Landis Canada. Landis Canada knocked down. Simpson with it for Ann Arbor. Simpson slide tackled away, but moves it over to Molina on the near touchline. Molina back towards midfield to Scaling. Scaling has it there. 1-0. Ann Arbor with the lead here in the 25th minute from Hallway Field. Fisher gets it to Simpson. Tipped over to Serlin. Serlin on the far touchline. Back over to Simpson. Nope. Trying to move that over to Filbrin. Filbrin has it. And will go out the far touchline. Throw in there by Newcomb. Newcomb sends it back to Madison, Canada. Here in the 26th minute, that lifted all the way back into the defensive third for Ann Arbor. Scaling has it. Back over to Levasseur. She gets it over midfield. Simpson onto the far touchline. Simpson back over to Filbrin. Filbrin races down the far touchline. Gets it over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm tips it. Wilhelm trying to track down that ball. Wilhelm just outside the 18 on the far wing. Wilhelm sends it across for Koppmeyer, but that knocked down by Landis Canada.
That's right, Ann Arbor. Showing what a home crowd sounds like.
Played down and across by Chapa. Out the far touchline. That is going to be a throw-in. So Serlin on the far touchline. Serlin looks to throw it in. Played off of Wilhelm. Back to Fisher. Fisher back over to midfield. Fisher gets it over to Scaling. Scaling racing up the center of the pitch. Now she blasts it into the 18. Simpson trying to get to it. Simpson fires it. And offside the call. The flag up. So offside the call. That ball set, ready to send this away. Hawk Cooper. Hawk Cooper moves it over to Newcomb. Newcomb. Tipped by Wilhelm, but grabbed. Here comes Landis Canada. Landis Canada up the far wing. Scaling had tried to get to it. Now over. Levasseur has it and plucked up, but offside. The flag up on the far side. That'll be a kick for Ann Arbor as Levasseur gets it set right where the offside was. Over to Fisher. Fisher. Back over to Scaling. Scaling. Right into the middle third. Gets it to Molina on the near touchline. Molina back over to Scaling. Scaling looks to her left. Now gets it back over. Here comes Filbrin. Filbrin all the way down. As Serlin had it, knocked away, all the way back. Chasing it is Newcomb. Newcomb has in her own defensive third. Gets it over to Hawk Cooper. Hawk Cooper all the way across. Here comes Ashley Bates. Ashley Bates just outside the 18. Paige Sander trying to provide pressure. That down. Now Conley moves it back to Fisher. Fisher trying to launch it ahead to Simpson. Simpson trying to turn on it. Gets it back over to Scaling on her own side of the middle third. Scaling over midfield. Lifted ahead. Played off the body, back to Conley. Conley right on the edge of the attacking third. Here comes Kopmeyer. Kopmeyer racing over with it. Kopmeyer trying to get away. That one deflected away from her. Here comes Kalamazoo into the middle third. Sent across by Combs. Launched all the way down. Trying to get to it over there is Witteveen. Witteveen moves it across, back. Grab, trying to turn on it is Chapa. Back into the middle third. Kopmeyer trying to tip it away. That ball all the way back. Simpson trying to grab that. As on top of Simpson was Newcomb. So whistle is Simpson down. She is slow to get up, holding her head. We hope that Simpson will be all right. It's now on her back. Fisher over there. The official comes over to check on Simpson as well. Here in the 30th minute, Simpson is sitting up. The trainer comes over to take a look. And it's a bit of a warm day, so I think we're going to head over into a water break here. So I think we're going to have a hydration break is what this looks like. So we will step away for the hydration break and play a little bit of music. We will be right back. I'm going to grab a little bit more water myself. And we will get going here. It's 1-0 in the 30th minute here from Hallway Field. Ann Arbor with the lead.
Ann Arbor's injured player is number 18.
it is 82 degrees here. It is a warm, humid day, so having a hydration break definitely something that would be needed here today. You can argue whether it's needed in other games that are being played around the nation and in the World Cup now, but let's take a look. Speaking of, in the 41st minute, it's still 0-0 between South Africa and Canada as everyone heads back out onto the pitch. Get things going back here.
Number 15, Maddie Mock in for number 18, Kenzie Simpson.
So Mock is in for Simpson. So we hope Simpson will be all right as she went down injured. Fingers crossed. So concussion protocol underway there, so we hope that Simpson is all right. That ball back over. Scaling tracks it down on the near touchline. Scaling gets it ahead. That ball down on the near touchline, but they'll say it went out. So that'll be a throw-in on the near touchline. Can you hear there's a bomber from the Yankee Air Museum over at Willow Run Airport that's been doing some circles around Michigan Stadium here. You can hear that up above. Conley trying to move it back. Tipped over. Hotmeyer has it in the middle third. Hotmeyer trying to work her way through a pair of Kalamazoo players. Grabbed there by Ashley Bates. Ashley Bates moves it back over. Grabbed on the far touchline by Madison Canada. Madison Canada flipping that ahead to Landis Canada. Now back. Trying to arc it down the far touchline. Fisher over there trying to knock it away. She's battling. Back there with Frank. Is that ball out the far touchline? Throw in deep in the attacking third. As Witteveen with the throw in on that far touchline. Lifted back into the 18. Now turning on it, headed back. Wilhelm trying to get to it. Wilhelm launches it down into the middle third. Kottmeyer back trying to provide some pressure. Ahead with it, Landis Canada. That got blocked off of Wilhelm. All the way over to Ashley Bates. Ashley Bates. All the way down on the near touchline. Kalamazoo trying to come ahead with it, but a whistle. They say it went out the near touchline. Ann Arbor ball as Paige Stander has it. Now here comes Conley. Conley into the middle third. Conley. She's challenged there by Chapa. Moved over, launched by Frank. Good save. That's going to be a corner. You can see it launched, and good job to tip it up by Lavasser. Keep it out of harm's way. Over to take this corner is Music. We are in the 36th minute. We do want to thank some wonderful, amazing sponsors of AFC Ann Arbor. That includes Fly-Through, High Velocity Training, the official training sponsor of AFC Ann Arbor, and Golden Limousine. Here comes the kick across the way, loose and in, and that was a goal by number 31, who I do not have on my roster. And if I take a look at the items for this game, I don't have a 31 out on the USLW site as well. So that's going to be a game-tying goal here in the 37th minute by Kalamazoo, number 31. Out the far touchline, throw-in over there by Newcomb. Ball over to Philbrun. Philbrun. Ball back to Fisher. Fisher All the way into the 18 to Lavasser. Here comes Philbrin. Onto the far touchline to Serlin across to Kottmeyer moving it over. Now blasted by Conley, headed back, and that will be grabbed. Plucked up there by Huck Cooper. Here in the 38th minute. 1-1 is our score. That ball played back, Music with it. On to the far touchline. Brought ahead by Newcomb. Firing it down. Serlin trying to get to it. Now here comes Fisher. Moving it. Lavasser trying to get it around that number 31. As that's sent back by Fisher into the middle third. Fired ahead by Combs. Now Ann Arbor sends it right. Trying to get to the middle third. Taken away by Madison, Canada. Madison, Canada trying to blast it. That got blocked. Ball back over to Philbrin. That one taken away again by Newcomb. That's Combs. Combs puts it onto the far touchline. Stopping there. Ball went across. Conley knocks it down. Chip back. Headed away by Conley. Now lifted up high by Philbrin. Back into the middle third. Wilhelm with it there. Wilhelm turns over to Paige Sander. Trying to lift it ahead. Grabbed. Here comes Conley. Conley trying to move it over. Racing ahead. Fired and tipped away by Mock with a great shot there. So Musser would be 31. So Brenda Musser. Ball back over to Landis, Canada. Lifted it ahead and out. We are in the 39th minute here at Hallway Field. 1-1 is our score. All level.
It's not even on the USL site. They don't even have it on the USL site. Thanks for that, Don.
As that ball back over. Sent all the way across. Controlled back by Combs. Combs sends it over to Huck Cooper. And launched down towards midfield. Chip back, controlled over to Fisher. Turning with it. Ball back over. Ahead is Kottmeyer trying to poke it away. That ball over. Wilhelm trying to battle. And taken away. Landis, Canada. That down onto the far touchline. Serlin with it. All the way back. Paige Sander heading it. Sent right back towards midfield. Now ahead. Here comes Frank. Moves it back. Right at midfield. Now over to it. Landis, Canada ahead. Landis, Canada launches and now go wide to the near side.
Yep, you got it. Yep.
That ball brought ahead. Grabbed. Here comes Conley. Conley feeds it all the way down onto the far touchline for Serlin. Serlin ahead. Moved back over. As Mock on that far touchline trying to get to it, but that out. That'll be a throw-in by Kalamazoo. No way, a foul. Free kick by Kalamazoo here in the 42nd minute. Again, we want to thank The Ride, Manu Incorporated, Blue Llama, Sick Transit Cycles, Play It Again Sports, Big Blue Swim School, Hello Foz Pizza, Mouthlaw and BTB Burrito. Now onto the near touchline. Kottmeyer trying to feed it ahead. Stopping with the Paige Sander. Paige Sander trying to launch it. Mock trying to get to it, but good job to pull it away by Newcomb. Back and out the far, onto the far touchline, holding it in. Launched all the way back. Fisher has it. Fisher trying to reach it the other direction. Moved by Filbrin over to Serlin. Serlin back over to Fisher. Fisher into the middle third. Fisher is shy of midfield. She'll now arc it across. Played down. Kalamazoo controls over midfield here in the 43rd minute. And poked back by Frank. Fisher has it on the edge of the middle third. Scaling. Arcs it down, trying to get it to Mock. Mock over, trying to play it. Mock stops it in the 18. Mock trying to work through traffic. Shot and in! It's a goal by Madison Mock. That is going to be her 4th of the season here in the 43rd minute. You can tell it's back there, stops. And she gets through traffic, fires it in and just inside the near corner.
Ann Arbor goal by number 15, Maddie Mock. Assisted by number 14, Sarah Scaling.
Scaling on the assist, and it's 2-1. Ann Arbor with the lead. They'll be happy to
Ann Arbor leads 2-1.
get that lead before going into halftime. Is Nutmeg trying to get everyone up on their feet and cheering on. All the way down and out the far touchline, throw-in for Ann Arbor. So we are under a minute and a half from stoppage time. Played down there by Musig. Ahead. Back over to Landis Canada. She loses an edge, and that just goes high. Out the end line. Goal kick for Ann Arbor. Lavasser gets that ball set on the 6 as we're in the 45th minute, under a minute from stoppage time now. That ball down. Over onto the far wing. Sent ahead by Filbrin. By the way, 0-0 at halftime of the Canada-South Africa game. I'll play back. Combs has it across. Launch down, trying to move it over to Musser. Musser coming across. She has the lone goal for Kalamazoo. That stopped in the 18. Lavasser has it. We're 12 seconds away from stoppage time. Here comes Molina. Molina racing up the far flank. Molina into the middle third. Molina trying to get it over to Conley. Conley bringing it ahead. Conley, as we are now in stoppage time, over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm fires it and in, and it's a goal. AFC Ann Arbor takes the 3-1 lead on a goal by Wilhelm. Here in the 46th minute, Ann Arbor goal by Wilhelm. We are in stoppage time here.
In the first minute,
We are
4 minutes of stoppage time.
22 seconds into a minimum 4 seconds of stoppage time. That ball back, here comes Landis Canada. Landis Canada launches it in that grab by Lavasser.
Ann Arbor goal by number 23, Ivy Wilhelm.
Goal by Wilhelm, who went to Pioneer for high school. Lifted by Scaling.
4 minutes of stoppage
Played
time.
off
Ann
the
Arbor
body.
leads 3-1.
Kottmeyer trying to get across. Kottmeyer battling there. The captain gets it over. Now launched ahead as that will roll all the way into the 18. Hop Cooper will grab it there. So we are a minute 5 seconds into a minimum of 4 minutes of stoppage time. Ball brought up the far wing by Newcomb. Newcomb trying to lift it high down. Music with it. Music trying to poke it across. Now Fisher. Back over to Levasseur. Chipped ahead over to Filbrin. Filbrin all the way across to Scaling as we are a minute 30 into a minimum 4 minutes of stoppage time. Paige Sander has it in the middle third. Over to Conley. Conley gets it ahead to Wilhelm. Back over to Molina on the near touchline. Over to Scaling just inside of the middle third. Scaling ahead. Conley tips it right at the blockades. Swept back. Grabbed right on the near touchline. Here comes Wilhelm who turns on it. Wilhelm gets it over to Conley. Conley trying to slip it through to Kopmeyer. Ball down, and that's going to be a whistle and a foul. Free kick for Kalamazoo as we are in 2 minutes, 10 seconds into a minimum of 4 minutes of stoppage time. Landis, Canada. Trying to arc it ahead. That'll roll all the way down towards the 18. Musser, pressure coming. Ball over onto the near touchline to Molina. Knocked away, coming across. Good challenge by Scaling. As Frank got that ball just inside the 18, but Scaling with a great challenge. But that'll turn into a set piece in the corner here. As we are 2 minutes, 50 seconds into stoppage time. Lifted across, just a little high. Landis, Canada trying to track it down into the far corner, keeping it in. We are less than a minute away of stoppage time left. That will be a goal kick as Levasseur has it here. Minimum of 45 more seconds of stoppage time. Fisher has the ball ahead to Filbrin. Filbrin onto the far touchline. Launched ahead. Here comes Wilhelm. Wilhelm looking to get to it. Wilhelm tipping it, but Hockhooper able to get that save. Hockhooper sliding down. And that will be halftime. At halftime, it is Ann Arbor 2 and Kalamazoo FC 1. We'll step away for your halftime. We'll play a little bit of music. They'll have the baby pool toss and things of that nature, and we will be back for your second half action. We are live here at Hallway Field as we're coming out of halftime, and it is 3-1 AFC Ann Arbor with the lead. It started off with the goal in the ninth as it was Paige Sander from Wilhelm. There was a substitution as Simpson was hurt, and she went off for Mock in the 37th minute. Kalamazoo had a goal as that goal was by Musser in the 37th minute. Then the 43rd minute, it was Mock from Scaling to take the lead 2-1, and then in the 46th minute, it was Wilhelm with a goal, and that's where we are at, 3-1. Ann Arbor trying to win their final game, trying to get to 4-5-1 on the season. Both squads head out onto the pitch. Again, Kalamazoo in the light blue kits, AFC Ann Arbor in the navy kits. Ann Arbor going from right to left here in the second half.
As we start the second half, please note, in the merchandise booth, we do have suntan lotion and cooling towels.
Second half temperature, it's up a degree, 83 degrees here at Hallway Field, as they just announced they are selling suntan lotion at along with kits and other things here at the stadium. Never a bad thing. Wilhelm set, ball right at midfield, right at the center circle. Still 0-0 between South Africa and Canada, currently at the first knockout round game. And taking a look, I'm trying to see if they switched. Is that McCutcheon? I think that might be McCutcheon in goal now for Ann Arbor. Great. 5 substitutions. Doug will help us out with that in a moment. Kalamazoo with a substitution as well. So we'll effort those as we can. Just waiting for the whistle. Probably something going on that I'm not seeing or missing out there. "45 minutes up on the clock. There we go. As Aldiano comes onto the pitch. So now we have a full 11 players on the pitch for Ann Arbor. There's the whistle. And ball back as Dollison sends it across onto the far touchline. Moved ahead. Is that Ambrose? I believe that's Ambrose who has it over there. She has 2 goals on the season. Yeah, 2 goals on the season does Ambrose. She got the lone goal in the last game in the win over Midwest United. Padilla battling on that far touchline. Padilla. So Duchesne in for Madison, Canada. For Kalamazoo.
We have 6 substitutions for Ann Arbor.
So here comes the Ann Arbor substitutions. All the way back. Kottmeyer trying to get to it, and a whistle. It's Aldiano in. Padilla in for Serlin.
Number 60, Kenzie Dollison in for number 7, Emily Philbrin.
Dollison in for Philbrin. It's that ball lifted up high.
Number 8, Grace Ambrose in for number 12, Lucia Paige Sanders.
Ambrose in for Paige Sanders. Here comes Kalamazoo. Knocked away by Scaling. Sparks in for Molina.
And in goal, number 0, Katie McCutcheon replaces number 1, Jordan Levasseur.
And Cutchin in for Levasseur. We are in the 47th minute, 3-1. Ann Arbor with the lead, throwing on the far touchline. Snap ball back over to Witteveen. Witteveen had it, that fired all the way out. Landis, Canada trying to get to it. Here comes Wilhelm. Wilhelm racing down the far wing. Wilhelm has that ball taken away. Sent right back out the far touchline, trying to hold it in was Combs, but couldn't quite do it. There'll be a throw-in on the far touchline. So I believe that's going to be Sparks on the far touchline with the throw-in. As Wilhelm is down on the pitch, she's taking a knee. We'll see if the trainer, Wilhelm, now standing up. Ooh, she's having some problems putting some pressure on that right foot. Wilhelm is down. And right after a whole bevy of substitutions for Ann Arbor, as the trainer will come out and take a look at Wilhelm. So trainer working on her. So they will continue to work and see if she's all right.
Ann Arbor's injured player is number 23, Ivy Wilhelm.
So the concussion substitution earlier was handled separately. USLW teams allow a maximum of 5 substitutions per match, about across 3 designated stopping opportunities. Halftime substitutions don't count towards the 3 allotted in-game windows, and concussion substitutions are handled separately if needed. As Wilhelm will go off the pitch as she is leaning heavily on the trainer, not putting much on that right foot. So we'll hope that Wilhelm is all right. Former Pioneer student, well familiar with this campus. We hope she'll be okay. She had the last goal for Ann Arbor. As that ball sent across, trying to get to it back there was Aldiano. Sent all the way down onto the near wing. Here comes Kalamazoo. Blasted down the near touchline. Back over to get to it is Padilla. Padilla makes sure that goes out the end line as Musser was trying to get to it. The lone goal scorer for Kalamazoo. That will turn into a goal kick. It's McCutcheon will have it. She'll get it set on the 6. As we are in the 50th minute here from Hallway Field. It's a warm day. You can tell the vast majority of folks are sitting in the shade of the press box, and I don't blame them. That ball chipped over down onto the near wing. Now up the near wing. Blasted by Fisher. Played down by Kopmeyer. Kopmeyer just over midfield. Sends it all the way across. That intercepted. Ball back over. Scaling. Sends it deep into the defensive third. Ambrose back to try and provide pressure. Hot Cooper puts it all the way down onto the far touchline. Stop there. Moved ahead to Landis Canada. Landis Canada up the center of the pitch for Kalamazoo. Landis Canada into the middle third. Landis Canada still working her way forward. Puts it onto the near touchline for Newcomb. Newcomb racing down the near wing. Newcomb putting it on the near touchline for Musser. Musser just outside the 18, feeds it across, and that one out the end line. Good cross, but the deflection went out to the near side of the woodwork. McCutcheon with a goal kick there, as she'll get that at the edge of the 6. It's McCutcheon back. Moves it over. Now Fisher on the near touchline. Fisher coming up ahead. Fisher. That ball sent back over to Newcomb. Newcomb for Kalamazoo. Moves it across. Here comes Landis Canada. Landis Canada. Ambrose trying to make it difficult for her. Offside the call. As the flag went up, is Musser trying to go across. That will be an Ann Arbor kick here in So we're about to head into the 53rd minute, 3-1, Ann Arbor with the lead. Padilla back in the 18. Moves that ahead to Aldiano all the way across. Scaling. Puts it over to Spark on the far touchline. That ball right over midfield. Here comes Kopmeyer. Kopmeyer racing ahead with it. Kopmeyer in the attacking third. Kopmeyer has that poked away. Good job by Ashley Bates. That out the far touchline. There'll be a throw-in for Ann Arbor. Kopmeyer quickly over there. Now she'll have Sparks over there to do the throw-in. Now here comes Kopmeyer with the captain band on, trying to get it to Ambrose. Knocked away in the 18. The ball lifted all the way down, scaling back to get to it. Pressure coming back there from Frank. Ball out the far touchline. Quick throw-in for Kalamazoo. Now they'll leave that as I believe that's Newcomb over to handle the throw-in. Ball down over. Trying to get it over Musser. Had it, that sent right out. That'll be a throw-in by Talcott. Talcott gets the throw-in. Musser back. And Landis Canada puts it into the 18, and McCutcheon grabs it there. McCutcheon heads out to the edge of the 18. Now back over to Padilla. Padilla calling out signals. Scaling has it. Scaling. Up the far wing. Ball played down. Moved over by Aldiano. Now stolen away, coming in, fired and tipped out to the near side of the woodwork, McCutcheon. She got a hand on it. That's going to be a corner. Into the near corner it comes. So here's a set piece for Kalamazoo here in the 55th minute. Down by 2 goals. Music comes over to take this corner. Music gets the ball set in the near corner. Across, played down. Still battling on the end line. Back to Music. Music. Good clearance. Headed out all the way back to the edge of the 18. Played down there. Popped up high by Newcomb. Now headed down by Aldiano. Aldiano trying to knock it away. Dollison moving over. Trying to feed that back. Gives that ball right back over to Chapa. And here comes Ann Arbor up the center of the pitch. Trying to get it over to Kopmeyer. Knocked down by Ashley Bates. Kopmeyer down on the pitch. It's going to be a whistle and a free kick. The ball over to Dollison. Dollison back to Scaling. Scaling, pressure coming. Dollison on the far touchline. Deflected out the far touchline. Throw in there by Dollison as Dollison will try and get it down. Kopmeyer on that far touchline. Now Ambrose trying to bring it away. Ambrose battling back there with Talcott. Ball lifted. Ambrose trying to pull that away, but that launched out the far touchline. Throw in for Ann Arbor there. Here in the 56th minute. Sparks gets it to Ambrose. Ambrose trying to turn on it. Ambrose. Dribbling ahead. Now trying to move it over to Dollison. That taken away. Coming the other direction. Here comes Frank. Back into the middle third. Ball over. Ann Arbor controls. It's Fisher. Back over to Aldiano. Aldiano over to Scaling. Scaling. The way over to Sparks. Sparks. Up that far touchline, launching it in. Oh, headed away because it looked like it was going to go to Mock. Played down. Mock trying to get to a ball over onto the near side of the 18. Pressure coming. Kopmeyer trying to get to it. Now racing the other direction. Here comes Kalamazoo. Launched all the way down, back. Trying to get to it. As that sent out the near touchline. Frank battling over here. Quick throw in by Frank. Gets it over to Musser. Musser back to Frank. Now Musser just outside the top of the 18 as Padilla gets the ball on the slide tackle, feeds it ahead. Kopmeyer trying to work her way through traffic. That ball back. Kopmeyer leaping up. She ends up down on the pitch. And it's going to be a kick for Ann Arbor here in the 58th minute. We do want to thank the wonderful, amazing following sponsors as Scaling gets it over. BTB Burrito, Muthla, Hello Faz, Pizza, Chicken Seafood, Big Blue Swim School, and Play It Again Sports Ball. Popped up high. Kopmeyer trying to get to it. Headed over. Down the far touchline. Out. Combs with the throw-in on the far touchline. Combs trying to get it into Landis Canada. Landis Canada moving it ahead. Scaling back, trying to get to it. Also back over there, Musser. Ball played back to Padilla. Padilla rolls it into the 18. McCutcheon with it. McCutcheon over to Fisher. Fisher up the near flank. Fisher into the middle third. Fisher over. Mock with it. Mock right over midfield. Now back ahead to Aldiano. Launched ahead by Dollison. Here comes Ambrose. Ambrose trying to get back behind the defense. Ambrose turning on it. Ambrose heading towards the center of the pitch. Ambrose working through contact. All the way over onto the far touchline. Dollison moving it across as that slid down, knocked away, and out. The end line throw, or out the far touchline. That's going to be a throw in for Ann Arbor. That's Sparks with the throw in there. Trying to get to Ambrose. Ambrose in a big battle back there with Combs, and out. That is going to be a Connor O'Neill's corner. As Kopmeyer going over to take this corner. We are in the 60th minute here at Hallway Field. Kopmeyer has the ball set for Connor O'Neill's corner. Right hand raised for Kopmeyer. Firing it across, headed down. Aldiano trying to get to it. But that grabbed and heading the other direction is, that was Frank. Frank into the middle third, Scaling all the way across, over to Sparks. Sparks, that went right off of Witteveen. Controlled as Landis Canada has it in her own defensive third. Ball ahead as Scaling trying to get to it. Scaling moves it all the way back to McCutcheon. McCutcheon just outside of her own 18. McCutcheon finds Fisher on the near wing. Back over to Padilla. Padilla trying to avoid pressure back there from Musser. Now that all the way across to Scaling. Scaling feeds it. Dollison up the center. And gets it over to Sparks on the far touchline. Here comes Kopmeyer. Couldn't quite get to it. That goes out the end line. That'll be a goal kick. Hot Cooper has it on the 6. Couple substitutions as just going out was Musser. So Mills for Combs. That ball ahead. So Mills in for Combs.
And number 90, Alicia Bates. In for number 31, Brenna Muser.
Alicia Bates in for Musser. Ball out the far touchline. Scaling trying to go back to get to it. Chipped across. Headed into the 18 as McCutcheon has it. McCutcheon trying to avoid pressure coming back there from Frank. Scaling has it. Scaling Lifts it across the near touchline, trying to keep it in, wouldn't stay in. Valiant attempt by Fisher, but here comes the throw-in. As Newcomb has the throw-in on the near touchline here in the 63rd minute. Ball played down, Mock trying to get to it. Landis Canada has it. That over to Fisher. Fisher gets it over to Padilla. Padilla on the edge of the 18. That ball slid over to McCutcheon. McCutcheon. Now Landis Canada providing heavy pressure. That ball over to Ambrose. Ambrose ends up down on the pitch. That is going to be a foul and a free kick for Ann Arbor. I believe that's Sparks back for the kick. She gets it ahead. Dollison back to Scaling. Scaling. Back to Sparks on the far touchline. Sparks. All the way back to McCutcheon in the 18. Frank with pressure. McCutcheon. Headed right back. As that's a foul. Free kick. Trying to see who that is right for the kick. Right hand raised. That's chipped all the way to 18. Headed up and fired just off the side. Fired again and in. That is going to be a goal. As efforting to see who that is, and that is going to be number 34, Frank, who got the goal. So it's headed up, moved over, played down, and back. It looks like Frank fired that in. So it becomes 3-2.
Kalamazoo goal by number 34, Leon May Frank.
So in the 65th minute, Frank with the goal, and now it's a single goal game. Dollison over as Sparks trying to feed it ahead for Ambrose out the far touchline. Ball played back over. Newcomb with it. Newcomb heading towards midfield. Newcomb gets ahead of steam over midfield. Newcomb shades over to the far side, trying to kick it in. That deflected down. Padilla with it. Padilla back into the middle third. Padilla trying to start the attack. That collided as DeShane knocks it away. Now that ball lifted down the far touchline. Controlled. Played back on defense by Kalamazoo. Right up the center of the pitch. Over to Music. Music just inside the near touchline. Music. Back over towards midfield, over to Newcomb. Newcomb trying to feed it across. Back over to Music on the near touchline. Music trying to arc it across. Sparks plays it down. Fisher chips it up. Now that ball, that is going to be a whistle. That'll be a kick for Ann Arbor. Just inside the defensive third. Fisher has it there as this is the 66th minute, 3-2, Ann Arbor with the lead. They had the first goal, then Kalamazoo tied it up. Ann Arbor with 2 more goals before halftime. Kalamazoo with the first and only goal thus far in the second. Making it a 1-goal game. Here comes Fisher up the near flank. Fisher trying to cut it across, knocked down by Newcomb. Now Music gets it over, bringing it up the center of the pitch. Launched all the way down. Frank's trying to get to it. Fired, and McCutcheon dives and grabs it. McCutcheon heads out to the edge of the 18. McCutcheon over to Fisher. Fisher heads it up. That one just a little too much momentum. Fisher couldn't stop it as it just went a little high on her. Throw in by Newcomb. Back to get it, Musing. Now here comes Deschamps. Trying to feed it across. Battle as Alicia Bates gets tangled up. That ball quickly had Ambrose out, and that knocked out the far touchline. That will be throw in for Ann Arbor. Sparks all the way over to get to it here in the 68th minute. 3-2, Ann Arbor with the lead. Sparks with the throw in. Kottmeyer ends up down on the pitch. And lifted all the way back. Scaling trying to get to it. Scaling feeds it out the far touchline. There's pressure back there by Alicia Bates. Throw in by Mills on the far touchline. Now Frank has it. Frank moves it back towards midfield. Newcomb into the attacking third. Newcomb, big time challenge there by Mock. Mock brings it at Mock. Blast it. Kottmeyer trying to get back past the defense. Kottmeyer has that moved away. Rolled right back over. Good defense by Deschamps, not letting Kottmeyer get position. Deschamps. Now up the near wing. Deschamps moves it over in the middle third. And ball, Chapa lifts it high. Down the far wing it goes. And stopping on the edge of the 18. Trying to get it over to Frank. That one just out of reach. All the way down onto the near wing. Stopped by Padilla. Padilla heads up the near wing. Gets it over Aldiano. Back to Padilla. Padilla. Back to Aldiano. Aldiano moves it over to Fisher. Fisher to McCutcheon in the 18. McCutcheon all the way over to Scaling, who trying to get it ahead to Aldiano. Tips it over. Sparks up the far touchline. We are in the 70th minute. Here comes Ambrose. Ambrose racing back to get to it. Ambrose trying to work her way into the 18. Ambrose cutting across with it. Ambrose now cuts up the pitch. Ambrose trying to get across with it. Ambrose has that poked back. Now coming ahead with it. Knocked away back there by Dollison, but pulled ahead. Here comes Kalamazoo. Into the middle third. That ball all the way over to Landis, Canada. Padilla trying to knock it away. The ball moved over to Chapa. Chapa down onto the far touchline. That lifted ahead, racing back, trying to get to it back over there. Stopping, trying to work her way is that over is Witteveen. The good shot knocked away by McCutcheon, and that blasted out the far touchline. So Witteveen, excellent opportunity. McCutcheon, an even better save.
Number 14, Rowan Talcott, in for number 34, Leela May Frank.
So Talcott in for Frank. Here in the 71st minute, 3-2. Sparks with a throw-in deep in her defensive third on that far touchline. Tip back right over to Sparks. Sparks trying to feed it ahead, but that'll go out the far touchline. Kottmeyer trying to get it there, but that will be a throw-in by Landis, Canada. Landis, Canada. She looks to her right. Throw in up the pitch. Moved all the way across to Newcomb. Newcomb into the attacking third. Knocked away. Here comes Ann Arbor trying to bring it ahead as that deflected out the near touchline. Fisher saying it was off of Kalamazoo. That not the consensus of the official. Sent across by Talcott. Blasted into the 18. McCutcheon grabs it there. So McCutcheon heads out to the edge of the 18. She'll bounce it a couple times there, and we do want to thank continuing sponsors of AFC Ann Arbor. That includes Sick Transit Cycles, Blue Llama, Manu Incorporated, The Ride, Golden Limousine, the official travel partner of AFC Ann Arbor. High Velocity Training, the official training partner of AFC Ann Arbor, and Fly Through. Ambrose has it on the far touchline over midfield. Ambrose Trying to work against it, gets it over. Aldiano lets it go past. Now racing ahead with it. That ball into the 18 and just to the near side of the woodwork. So that ball out to the 6. McCutcheon has it there. McCutcheon over to Padilla. Padilla over to Fisher on the near touchline. Fisher bringing it ahead. Fisher into the middle third. Fisher. Double team coming. Fisher gets it over to Dollison. Dollison trying to lift it over to Ambrose. Ambrose has it on the far touchline. Back over to Mock. Mock trying to lift it ahead. Or excuse me, Sparks. Play down. Now over, here comes Newcomb. Newcomb just inside the near touchline. All the way across, punched away by McCutcheon. Now lifted all the way back as there is an injured player in the 18. As that is scaling down in the 18. Scaling gets to a knee. She's able to get up. And it looks like we're going to take a hydration break here. So everyone going to the sideline. Again, it's 83 degrees, humid day, so you don't want anyone having any dehydration issues there. We'll play just a little bit of music, and we will be back. It is 3-2. Ann Arbor with a lone goal here.
During which no advertisements will be shown.
So it is still 0-0 in the 88th minute. Canada and South Africa, obviously knockout stage. So they can't leave this one tied. Here, we've had a bevy of 5 goals. Ann Arbor would like to make sure any of the rest of them are all Ann Arbor goals. Kalamazoo would like to get this game leveled as they'd love to get the next goal. As we head into the 77th minute here at Hallway Field. They're going to drop that ball in the 18. McCutcheon picks it up. So McCutcheon will get that set down. Pressure coming by Woodavine. Fisher on the near touchline. Fisher back over to Padilla in the 18. Padilla over to McCutcheon. McCutcheon and moves it. Dollison gets it over to Scaling. Scaling up the far touchline. Over as Sparks. Or excuse me, that was Aldiano who ended up, no, that is Sparks over there. She ends up down. That's a foul. That ball tipped. So I think they're going to do that. That was a booking there.
Kalamazoo yellow card issued to number 19, Alicia Bates.
So Alicia Bates picks up the yellow card. Now Sparks over to Dollison, just side midfield. Dollison moves it back to Padilla. Padilla on the edge of the middle third. Padilla over to Fisher. Fisher brings it up the near touchline. Fisher stops there. Fisher back to Padilla. Padilla launches it over to McCutcheon. McCutcheon just outside the 18. McCutcheon lifts it down. Knocked down back there. Trying to get to a Dollison, turning on it on the edge of the 18. Back over to Scaling. But that is going to be, here comes Sparks. Sparks up the far touchline. Sparks trying to get it over to Ambrose. Taken down, coming the other direction. Here comes Kalamazoo. They move it over to Talcott. Talcott trying to get it past. That's knocked away. Now down onto the near touchline. Here comes Newcomb. Newcomb across as Scaling went up for the head. She was collided into, so that's going to be a whistle and a foul. Kicked by Ann Arbor and a yellow card as something was said by number 25, Ashley Bates. And the official took exception, and Ashley Bates gets put into the book. So another booking.
Kalamazoo yellow card issued to number 25, Ashley Bates.
Dollison has it. Dollison all the way across to Sparks. Sparks to Ambrose. Ambrose on that far touchline. Back to Sparks, trying to move it ahead. That ball back over to Ashley Bates. Ashley Bates. Whistle blown. They're going to say that that went out the far touchline. Throw in there for Kalamazoo FC.
Kalamazoo yellow card issued to the bench.
So yellow card to the bench of Kalamazoo. Played down by Newcomb. Newcomb coming across. Newcomb blasts it. And lifted over. Ambrose trying to get to it. Back to get that is Landis Canada out the far touchline. Landis Canada there. Throw in coming across. Talcott gets it over to Newcomb. Newcomb up the near wing. Newcomb launching it. That ball tipped down. Played up by Talcott. They'll get all the way back. Here comes Ashley Bates. Ashley Bates. All the way back, headed up high by Padilla. Trying to get to a Dollison and a save by McCutcheon. Here in the 81st minute. Played down and a good shot by McCutcheon, a great save. She comes out to the edge of the 18. All the way over to Sparks. Sparks up that far touchline here in the 81st minute. Because of hydration breaks, we should have a good deal of stoppage time as well, probably a minimum of 4 minutes. That brought ahead, coming up the far wing. Here comes Kalamazoo. And knocked back by Scaling. Here comes Ambrose. Ambrose racing down the far wing. Ambrose trying to get around a series of defenders. Ambrose trying to get back. Ashley Bates trying to nick that away. She got the ball first. Ambrose down on the pitch. That ball sent back over up the far touchline. Here comes Kalamazoo. Ambrose still down on the pitch. Now injured player is Ambrose slow to get up. By the way, Grace Ambrose from Aba, Nigeria, redshirt freshman at Alcorn State University, was the team MVP. Played for Chattanooga FC in 2025. She is named WPSL South Regional Best 11. She has 2 goals this season for AFC Ann Arbor. Second only to Maddie Mock with 3. She's definitely been a big piece of the attack for Ann Arbor. Great speed and a great shot. We hope that she's all right as she's over getting looked at on the far bench. Popped up high. Here comes Kalamazoo. Trying to feed it ahead, but offside. The call as Witteveen trying to get past the defense and just got back behind them before that ball was sent. Here in the 83rd minute. McCutcheon controls over to Padilla. Padilla now on the near touchline for Fisher. Fisher back to Padilla. Back in her own defensive third. Padilla comes towards the center of the pitch. Now moves it over to Scaling. Scaling on the far side of the pitch. Scaling. Sparks has it on that far touchline. Sparks trying to get it over to Aldiano. That taken away. Moved ahead by Chapa. Out the far touchline. Sparks with the throw in for Ann Arbor there. Played back to Sparks. Sparks lifts it high all the way back. Ashley Babbitt ushers that back over to Huck Cooper. Now up the near wing. Here comes Newcomb. Newcomb. Controlled Music. Lifts it over. Ball back to Ashley Bates. Ashley Bates lifts it high down the pitch. That headed into the 18. Grab by McCutcheon. McCutcheon over to Fisher. Fisher here in the 84th minute. Padilla has it in the 18. Padilla over to McCutcheon. McCutcheon over to Scaling on the far wing. Scaling gets it over to Sparks. Sparks onto the far touchline. Sparks trying to work her way ahead. Knocked down right at midfield. Here comes Kalamazoo trying to bring it the other direction. Chipped there by Mock, but Music has it. Music back over to Newcomb. Newcomb trying to work her way up the near wing. Newcomb trying to work past. She has a head of steam out the near touchline. Throw-in by Kalamazoo. Music. Quick throwing over to Music. Music launches it as that will bounce off the field goal posts upright. That will be a goal kick for Ann Arbor here in the 85th minute. We're 5 minutes, 20 seconds away from stoppage time. 3-2. Ann Arbor would love a good insurance goal, whereas Kalamazoo wants the equalizer, and they've pressed hard for it. Scaling over to Sparks. Sparks up that far touchline. Sparks into the middle third. Sparks launches it, trying to get to Aldiano. That headed back towards midfield, popped down by Landis Canada. Now Ambrose trying to knock it away. Here comes Ambrose. Ambrose racing ahead with it. Ambrose goes down on the pitch. That is another yellow card. That one, was it 16 or was it 5? We'll have our spotter verify for me. It was either Landis Canada or Mills. It's another booking. So that was indeed on Mills. Scaling has it back. Here in the 86th minute. So Mills picks up the yellow card, and that one just a little high. Good shot, but just carried a little bit as that ball on the 6. Now sent over to Newcomb. Newcomb bringing it ahead. Under 4 minutes left to go before stoppage time. Probably a good chunk of stoppage time to go as Padilla trying to get to it. That sent back over, knocked down. Offside the call. As opportunity, Witteveen trying to get past, and again, just got back behind that defense. So just inside their defensive third, Fisher has it back to Padilla. Padilla now lifts it down on the far touchline. Tip there. Here comes Ambrose. Ambrose racing down the far wing. Ambrose trying to come ahead with it. She has Kottmeyer to her left. Ambrose trying to get room for a cross. Ambrose trying to stop it. Cuts towards the end line. Fires it over, and that all the way through the 18. That'll roll out the near touchline. That is going to be a throw-in here in the 88th minute. So Canada scored. They leave South Africa 1-0. Jade Rivera, former AFC Ann Arbor player, plays for the Canadian national team, the women's squad. But due to that, I have cheered for our neighbors up north a bit because of that. All the way back, trying to get to it. Battle for it over as Sparks sends it out, trying to avoid pressure back there from Alicia Bates. Popped up high, blasted back. McCutcheon has it. McCutcheon plucks it up as right in front of her was Talcott. Ball all the way over. Now Fisher moves it back. Launched ahead, now sent right back over. Played down, launched, and that'll be a goal kick. Here in the 89th minute. 1 minute, 45 seconds left before stoppage time. McCutcheon over to Scaling. Scaling trying to come up that far wing. Scaling trying to launch it. That tipped. Here comes Ambrose. Ambrose trying to get to it, but that's sent all the way back. Picked up back there by Duchesne. Duchesne trying to launch it ahead. Knocked down by Ann Arbor. Mock trying to move it ahead, but that knocked down by Music. Here comes Newcomb. Newcomb coming down the near wing. Newcomb stops, cutting across the top, just outside the 18. Launches it, but just couldn't get enough curl. That goes out the end line. Couldn't bend it quite enough, and that will be a goal kick. Ball gets set on the edge of the 6 as we are 1 minute away from stoppage time here in the 90th minute. Again, 1-0 Canada with the lead. Now Padilla gets it back over to McCutcheon. McCutcheon all the way across to Spark. Spark has it. Spark, battle for it, bringing it away. Tipped over. Good job to knock it away by Padilla, but that popped up high. Scaling heads it over. Tipped by Kopmeyer all the way back into the middle third. 25 seconds left to go before stoppage time. Newcomb trying to arc it across. Headed over. McCutcheon grabs it there. 15 seconds before stoppage time. Another great save by McCutcheon. 5 minutes of stoppage time coming up. 5 minutes of stoppage time. 5 seconds away. So we are now in 5 minutes of stoppage time.
We now have 5 minutes of stoppage time. 5 minutes.
So Newcomb has it on the near touchline, gets it in to Ashley Bates. Ashley Bates pulling it ahead. Ashley Bates over midfield. Over to Newcomb on the near touchline. Newcomb puts on the Jets. Newcomb sends it across as that will come all the way back. There's Music with it, and well, if it was American football, that'd be 3 points, but just a little high. 38 seconds into a minimum of 5 minutes of stoppage time. 3-2, Ann Arbor trying to hang on to the lead. McCutcheon back as she sends everyone up the pitch. Now, right foot into it by McCutcheon, lifting it towards midfield. That volleyed right back and out the far touchline. Sparks over to get to that. 1 minute, 8 seconds into a minimum 5 minutes stoppage time. Sparks on the far touchline. Ann Arbor in no hurry, up a goal. They're going to use as much time as they can. That headed down the far touchline. Popped and out. There'll be another throw in for Ann Arbor. So we're now 1 minute, 30 seconds into a minimum of 5 minutes of stoppage time. Kopmeyer trying to pop that away. Sent back. Scaling heads it towards midfield. Now Dollison getting it over to Kopmeyer, trying to move it over to Ambrose. That ball moved ahead. Collision right on the far touchline. That is going to be a throw-in. Kalamazoo has it. Dollison trying to knock it away, but back over there, Alicia Bates. Sparks over there. 2 minutes gone and a minimum of 5 minutes of stoppage time, but a throw in by Kalamazoo. Is trying to take it across. Kottmeyer flashes in front. That deflected away all the way back into midfield. Ashley Bates has it there. Ashley Bates over to Newcomb. Newcomb coming up the near wing. Knocked away. Good battle and out the near touchline. Mock with a good challenge. Now taken away by Aldiano and all the way back into the middle third. Kottmeyer trying to get to it. Kottmeyer battling back there as she ends up down onto the pitch as Ashley Bates ended up getting an arm hooked around her. That's going to be a foul. And that's going to be a Kalamazoo foul. The official had a wildly different view of it than we did. So Ashley Bates, right foot into it, launching it across, headed back and out to the far side. That is going to be a corner kick for Kalamazoo. We are 3 minutes and 14 seconds into a minimum of 5 minutes of stoppage time. Music to take the corner in the far corner. Kalamazoo with a sense of urgency, trying to get this game tied as that lifted across, headed out by Ambrose. Is all the way back to get it as Newcomb. Newcomb puts it onto the far touchline. That ball tipped away. Kottmeyer trying to get to it, but back to Newcomb. Newcomb in the middle third, launches it, headed up. And now Sparks sends it out the far touchline. 3:50 out of a minimum of 5 minutes gone. Out the end line, and that will be a goal kick for Ann Arbor as we have 1 minute, a minimum of 1 minute left in stoppage time. McCutcheon has it there, trying to get that fourth win of the season. Trying to get to 4-5-1. That'll be over half the games undefeated for the season. Ball knocked down out the far touchline. 4:23 out of a minimum of 5 minutes left. Sparks goes over there, grabs the ball on the far touchline. In, knocked away from Ambrose. Controlled, but grabbed now. Mock heading up the pitch. Mock over midfield. That'll roll all the way back deep. Minimum of 15 more seconds of stoppage time. That ball lifted towards midfield. Played down by Aldiano. Control. Kottmeyer trying to pull it away. Oh, out the far touchline. We are 5 minutes gone and a minimum of 5 minutes of stoppage time. Scaling has it. If Ann Arbor can get a clearance, that may well. And all the way back. Ambrose moves it back over. Launched by Kottmeyer, and that will do it. Ann Arbor picks up the win in the final game of the season for this USLW matchup. It is AFC Ann Arbor 3 and Kalamazoo FC 2. We want to thank everyone for watching. Thank you very much. Our next match is going to be this coming Friday. That is going to be a 7 p.m. game. It's the AFC Ann Arbor men's squad, the USL 2 team versus Oakland County. For my camera people, Christina Wiseman, James Wiseman, my name is Mark Wiseman. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we will see you Friday. Take care, everyone.